Hello and welcome. My name is Rachel and I'm one of the registered dietitians at the Lifestyle Medicine Center. Tonight we are going to be discussing added sugars. This topic will include what they are, various names in food and beverages, why they are used, how to spot them on a nutrition facts label, the health impacts, and ways to reduce our overall intake. So let's get started. What are added sugars? As the name implies, added sugars are sugars that are added to food or beverage when it is processed or prepared. It does not include non-calorie or low-calorie sweeteners. It is defined by the FDA as sugars that are added during the processing of foods packaged as sweeteners, such as table sugar, sugars from syrups and honey, and sugars from concentrated fruit or vegetable juices. They do not include any naturally occurring sugars that are found in milk, fruits, and vegetables. A few commonly found options of added sugars are in soft drinks, fruit drinks, candies, cakes, cookies, pies, and most desserts, and can also be found in our milk products and dairy desserts. These include things such as our sweetened yogurt, sweetened milk like chocolate, vanilla, or strawberry, as well as our ice cream choices. Here are a list of sugars by another name. These are all types of added sugars. On a label, which we will be reviewing in later slides, it can contain any of these names to hint that it includes added sources of sugar. As you can see, items such as honey and molasses are on this list, and while these are natural sugars in and of their own, these sugar sources are then added to a food or beverage product. We'll review a few examples in the next couple of slides. As you can generally see, the OSE at the end of the word, such as maltose or fructose, indicate that it is a sugar, but then we will also have the alternative options of various names, such as cane juice, confectioner's powdered sugar, pancake syrup, and even things like cane crystals. So why is it used? Here's a list of practical purposes of adding sugar to a product. There are many reasons why sugar can be added. In baking, one of the roles is that it adds a softness to a product, which allows moisture to be locked in longer so that it doesn't dry out as quickly. It can also add a rich color to a food product, which is a nice browning effect. And in certain foods, can add a crunch. It can also help to stabilize and leaven products, which help make it rise. And in foods that contain tomatoes or vinegars, it can help balance the acidity of those foods. As we said, there are many reasons for adding sugar to products. This topic discusses ways to reduce excessive calories from foods that contain added sugars. Predominantly, these foods are milks that are sweetened, sweetened yogurts, candies, and sugary beverages. So remember, added sugars are extra sources of calories. These calories, in high concentrations, can make it difficult to consume an adequate amount of the nutrients that we need. So the main objective here is to become a detective and try to eat these added sugars in moderation. On an ingredients list, the items are listed by weight. So the higher it is on a list, the more abundant it is within that food or beverage. And as a general rule of thumb to remember, 1 teaspoon of sugar is equivalent to 4 grams of sugar. So whenever you see 4 grams of added sugar, that shows approximately 1 teaspoon of sugar has been added. So let's practice. As you can see here on the label, it will show you added sugars. In this first example, 1 8-ounce serving will contain 25 grams of total sugars, and 23 of these are added. This means the added sugars greatly outweigh the naturally occurring sugar sources. The first example contains almost 6 teaspoons of added sugars. For the second example, we can see the portion of 2/3 of a cup contains 12 grams of total sugars, of which 10 grams are added sugars. The second example contains about 2.5 teaspoons of sugar. So let's look at another example. The nutrition facts label on the left shows a serving size of 1 bar. It provides the information for calories, fat, carbohydrates, and fiber, as well as sugars. Sugars are at 11 grams. As we said, this is a bit more complicated as it does not break apart naturally occurring and added sugar amounts. One can see that through the ingredients list that sugar comes from both natural sugars and added sugars. The naturally occurring sugars, highlighted in green, include raisins, dried cherries, and dates. Sources of added sugars, shown in red, include corn syrup, sugar, fructose, and dextrose. As we said before, the ingredients are listed by weight. So in this example, raisins are more abundant than dried cherries and corn syrup. This example shows how one can review the nutrition facts label as well as the ingredient list to see where your sugars are coming from. On the right, highlighted in yellow, is a list of food ingredients. This example shows the sources of added sugar. In this product, added sugars come from corn syrup, sugar, maltodextrin, and dextrose, as well as high fructose corn syrup solids, and strawberry juice concentrate. Notice corn syrup, sugar, maltodextrin, and dextrose are more abundant than the strawberry juice concentrate. So here we have an example of a sugar-sweetened yogurt. As you can see, one serving is 1 cup or one 5.3 ounce container. One container provides 16 grams of total sugar. Of this, 11 grams come from added sugars. That's almost 3 teaspoons in this 5.3 ounce container of yogurt. As we'll discuss, that's about half the suggested serving in a day for women, according to the American Heart Association. Upon reviewing the ingredients list, one can see yogurt is the first ingredient, which consists of non-fat milk, cream, and active cultures. The second ingredient, which is the second most abundant source, is sugar. That's where your added sugar is coming from. The third ingredient is strawberries. This is a source of naturally occurring sugar in this product. Next, we come into a sugar-sweetened milk. This is a chocolate milk that is sweetened with sugar. One serving, which is an 8-ounce bottle, which is typically about a half of a serving what is usually offered whenever we are dining out or picking it up in a store. But regardless, this 8-ounce container contains total sugars 21 grams, 11 grams of added sugars. That's almost 3 teaspoons in one 8-ounce serving bottle. Upon reviewing the ingredients list, first we have low-fat milk, which will contain lactose, a naturally occurring milk sugar. And the second ingredient is sugar. This is where we get our added sugars from. This is 11 grams, or like we said, 3 teaspoons of sugar that's added in this 8-ounce portion. So here we have a sweetened vanilla almond milk. On the nutrition facts, 1 cup, or 8 ounces, contains 13 grams of total sugars. Of this, 13 grams are added sugars. That's about 3 teaspoons in this 8-ounce serving. When looking at the ingredients list, the first ingredient is almond milk, which consists of filtered water and almonds. The second is cane sugar. This is our source of added sugars. What we encourage is reviewing the nutrition facts, label, and ingredients to become a detective as you search for sources of added sugars. So here's an example of how we can make a swap to reduce our added sugar intake. The difference here is this is an unsweetened vanilla almond milk. As you can see on the nutrition facts label, total sugars is at 0 grams and added sugars are also at 0 grams. Another example is for sugar-sweetened tea. This product, the serving size is for 1 bottle, which is 18.5 fluid ounces. 1 bottle provides 48 grams of total sugar, of which it includes 48 grams of added sugar. One can see the total amount of sugar is from our added sugar source. In this example, it provides approximately 12 teaspoons of added sugar in 1 bottle. Reviewing the ingredients, we first see brewed tea, which consists of filtered water and black tea leaves. The second most abundant ingredient is sugar. Tea is a popular choice when on the go or dining out. Similar principles can be applied whenever we are dining out on tea beverages. Most locations will have a 20 to 32 ounce drink choice. Take this tip into consideration, particularly when refills are common. Ice cream. Here is an example of a notoriously popular source of added sugar. Bear in mind, the nutrition facts is for 2/3 of a cup. With this portion example, it includes 32 grams of total sugar, of which 26 grams are added to this product. So that's about 7 teaspoons in 2/3 of a cup. If one were to consume 1 container, 1 pint, strictly looking at sugars here, the content changes. Total sugars are now at 95 grams, of which 79 grams are added. That's about 20 teaspoons of added sugars per pint. When reviewing the ingredients list, you can see cream, skim milk, water, and liquid sugar, which is sugar and water, plus sugar and corn syrup are added. Midway through the list, one can eventually see dried cane syrup, and later caramelized sugar syrup, molasses, and honey. So now we come into healthy swaps and substitutions. First, start by cutting back. Whether you drink sweetened coffee or sweetened tea, start by reducing the amount of sugar you add to your beverage. Over time, your taste buds do adjust. Next, for your beverages, choose water. Aim for increasing your intake of water over other beverages, and try bringing a refillable container. If you like the fizz of sodas, try using an unsweetened sparkling water. For the summer, it's a great time to make fruit-infused water. Use a variety of naturally sweetened fruits and liven things up by adding mint or cucumbers. Like we mentioned before, in your milks, try an unsweetened variety. In cooking, use alternative options. Reducing added sugars can be modified by using slightly less or incorporating non-calorie sweetener blends such as stevia or Splenda. Additionally, using fruit purees like unsweetened applesauce or ripe bananas can be an alternative choice. The goal is to minimize our added sugar sources. So now we come into how much we eat versus how much we need. Most Americans consume around 22 teaspoons of added sugars each and every day. So that provides 88 grams of added sugars, which contributes 352 additional calories every day. According to the 2025 Dietary Guidelines for Americans, the recommendations are for no more than 10% of our daily calories, starting at age 2. For those less than 2 years of age, the recommendation is at 0%. According to the American Heart Association, women, it's suggested to have no more than 100 calories per day, or 6 teaspoons, which provides 24 grams a day from added sugars. For men, the recommendation is no more than 150 calories per day, or 9 teaspoons, which is 36 grams per day from added sugar. But in truth, we don't actually need any added sugars. Added sugars contribute to extra calories and 0 nutrients. So for best results, try to limit sources of your added sugars as much as you can. So what point are we making? It's to reduce our intake of added sugars. Added sugars can contribute to a host of health-related issues. Too much added sugars can make it difficult to meet our nutrient needs while staying within our calorie limits. So this is being mindful of food choices such as desserts, sodas, juices with added sugars, and being mindful of some of those hidden added sugar food sources. If consumed in excess, added sugars can contribute to weight gain. This is important if weight loss is a goal. Added sugars may contribute to the problem of weight gain due to extra calories that are not nutrient dense. Also, increasing triglyceride levels. It's very common when one has excessive added sugars in their intake to have elevated triglyceride levels. Increased triglycerides can then increase our risk for cardiovascular disease. This can lead to poor nutrition if we have excessive added sugars because it limits our nutritional intake and we miss out on vitamins, minerals, fibers, proteins, just to name a few. And also, excessive added sugars can contribute to tooth decay. It's a common issue with dental health with excessive sugars. Sugars mixed with saliva and our bacteria in our mouth can lead to plaque buildup. If that plaque is left on our teeth, it can lead to enamel breakdown, which then leads to cavities. So this concludes our class tonight. I'd like to thank you for attending. If you're interested in nutritional counseling, any of the lifestyle programs offered at the center, or if you'd like more information, please contact the Lifestyle Medicine Center at 432-221-LIFE. Thank you.